What's up guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Amanda Bakes. So for this week's video, we're going to be making special K-bars. And we're not exactly sure where the recipe came from. My mom's piano teacher in the 1980s actually made them for a piano recital. And so that's where she got the recipe from. And they actually apparently go really well with sherbet punch. So we're now going to get into the recipe. Let's get started. Okay, so the first couple things I have is a mixing bowl like this and a 9x13 glass pan like this. And with both of them, I've pre-sprayed them with canola spray as well as the spoon that I just showed. So we're going to pre-spray those and then we're going to get into the ingredients. Okay, so the first ingredient we need is 1 cup of sugar, which I have right here, and 1 cup of light corn syrup. And with both of them, we're going to get a pan like this one, and it's on medium heat, so I'm going to go ahead and add first the light corn syrup. And I've got a spatula to scoop out all of the corn syrup. Just like this. And then after the corn syrup has all been scooped out, we're going to add the sugar. And we're going to stir those together. I'm going to replace the spatula with a spoon right here and mix the corn syrup and sugar together. And we're going to want to leave it on the medium heat until it's just starting to boil, and we're going to constantly stir it. Now we've taken the corn syrup sugar mixture off, and immediately after that we're going to add 1.5 cups of peanut butter. It can be crunchy or creamy, it does not matter. And we're going to add that into the other mixture. I'm going to scoop out all the peanut butter with this spatula, and I'm going to use the spoon to scoop the rest off the spatula. So just like this. Okay, so now we're going to add the Special K to the mixing bowl that we pre-sprayed, just like that. And now we're
6 cups.
6 cups of Special K. And now that we've mixed the peanut butter into the sugar corn syrup mixture, we're going to add it on top of the Special K. And the white spoon that we showed earlier is what we're going to use to scrape it all out. Thank you to my mom for being my invisible helper here. So we're going to mix all the Special K in with the peanut butter mixture, just like this.
Being careful not to crush all that Special K, or you end up with dust and peanut butter. Keep going.
And you want to be kind of careful that you don't get it like spread over the side onto your hand or something, because the peanut butter is going to be hot because it just came off the stove. Okay, so we want to get this thoroughly mixed together, the peanut butter and cereal, so that there's no dry chunks of cereal or blobs of peanut butter in it. And then once we've got that entirely mixed, we're going to get our 9x13 pan that we pre-sprayed from before, and we're going to put the Special K mixture into the pan. And very carefully, without crushing any of the cereal, we're going to spread it out and just kind of pat it down across the pan. Now that we've got all of that all mixed together, I'm going to get the cover to the pan, and we're going to cover it and refrigerate it while we work on the topping. Okay, so now we're going to work on the topping. So I have here in this bowl 1 cup of chocolate chips, and we used 60% cacao chips from Ghirardelli. And then we also have 1 cup of butterscotch chips, and they're both in this bowl. And we're going to microwave them for about a minute, and then take them out and stir them and put them back in for 30-second increments at a time until they're fully smooth and melted. So I'm going to start off with 1 minute, and we'll come back when that's done. While we're waiting for the microwave to go, make sure you go like this video and subscribe to my channel to get all my awesome baking videos. Okay, so the timer just went off, so we're going to take it out and set it on the counter. It's not going to be very hot yet. So that's what it looks like. And I'm going to move the camera back now so you can see the rest of what I'm going to do. Okay, so here's my bowl with the chocolate butterscotch mixture. And I'm just going to mix that together till it's...
Scrape the sides.
Yeah, we're going to scrape the sides so that it's all mixed together in the middle. It's not going to be completely smooth yet. That's why we're going to microwave it again. But just get it all mixed together in the middle of the bowl. And all the stuff off the sides. Okay, so now that we've got that mixed together, we're going to take the bowl, go over to the microwave, and put it in for another 30 seconds. And then check back in. Okay, so we're going to take it out again. And move it to the counter. And again, I'm going to move the camera so you can see what I do. I'm going to take the spoon again and just mix it all together. Scrape the sides to the middle. And you can see here that there's only a few chunks left, so it's almost smooth. Okay, so now it's mixed together. This is what it's going to look like. It's almost smooth, so we're going to put it back in for another 30 seconds. And we are going to do this in increments of time because otherwise it'll like bake together kind of and it'll turn out really bad. So don't do that. Do what we were doing and do it in increments of time.
If you cook it too long, it's permanently chunky and will never melt again.
Yep. Okay, so now we're going to take the chocolate out of the microwave again. And this should be the last time. So now we're going to mix that all together. Got my spoon right here. It's gonna scrape the sides, stir it together. Okay, so now we actually did the chocolate chips mixture one more time in the microwave. And the butterscotch chips are not fully melted yet, and sometimes they just won't melt properly, but that's okay. So now we're going to add it to the refrigerated Special K mixture. Now what you're going to do is we've got the chocolate chip bowl mixture and we've got the Special K mixture, and we're just going to pour the chocolate over the Special K mixture and just spread it around so that it fills up all the nooks and crannies and spaces. And my mom is doing this right now.
Because the bowl is super hot.
So
be warned,
we're
the
going
bowl is
to
hot.
take the spoon and we're going to spread out the chocolate mixture to completely cover the Special K. You want to make sure that there aren't any like lumps or spots that have more chocolate than another spot. You want it to be pretty even. Get it all the way to the corner. Okay, so one thing that I forgot to mention is with the butterscotch chips, the fresher they are, the easier that melts. So if you have old butterscotch chips in your cupboard, they'll still work, but it'll be a little lumpy. So now, as you can see, we've got the chocolate entirely spread over the Special K mixture. So we are going to cover it and put it in the fridge. And we're going to go for about an hour, but the time may vary. You just want it to be in the fridge until the chocolate mixture is hardened. And once everything's hardened, then you don't need to keep it in the fridge because then it gets a little too hard for you to eat. Hey guys, we're back. So we've been refrigerating it for about an hour. We refrigerated a little less the first time, so it's not quite fully hardened, but my mom's cutting a piece out so we can show you guys. Any special tricks you want to know when you're cutting it out?
The first piece is always the hardest. Well, literally and most difficult. Because there's no space to cut from it. So I'm just going to chop it to pieces here, I guess. There you go.
So there's what it's going to look like.
Here, pushed back a little together. There we go. And then once you've got that first piece out, whatever the size is, I usually cut it into 32 pieces. So like half, and then 4 this way, 8 this way. And then it ends up being more like that size. And see how much easier it was to get it out once that big first piece was out.
So as you can see with the pan, we've cut it into 32 pieces or so. And that just makes it easier to eat it in smaller bites. And I've got my piece right here that I'm going to eat now. So.
And actually I just scored the chocolate to show where I want to cut it. But if you cut it all ahead of time, if you're not going to eat it right away, it'll kind of dry out the edges. So you really don't want to cut it like that, say, a day or two beforehand. But if you're about to serve it, then by all means.
One more thing to mention is that when you're not eating it or cutting something out, you want to cover it so that it doesn't dry out. So.
Unless, of course, you're eating it all in one sitting, which would make you really sick, but be very tasty.
Okay guys, thank you so much for joining me for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed. It wasn't too long of a recipe, so I hope that if you made it, that it went well and it tastes super good. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel to get all my videos, and my social media accounts will be linked below, and I'll put the ingredients below as well. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.